I wanted to model this GP38-3 from the SMS Railroad because I really found it interesting. It's a very unique engine. I don't think there's any like it. One, it's got an extended cab. Now, that's not really unusual for the prototypes. It is in O-gauge railroading, trying to find an engine that has an extended cab. But what really makes this engine unique is it has an extra large rear porch. At one point in time, this engine was in a wreck, and when it was repaired with an SD40 rear porch. So it's quite unique. There's a rather large gap between the rear wheels on the rear truck and the pilot, as you'll see in the prototype and in the model. I want to give a shout out to Mark Blackwell at the SMS Railroad. Mark allowed me to use his video when making this one. He knew I was modeling SMS GP38 2003. And you can find Mark's YouTube page at Mark R. Blackwell. I'll put a link in the description. He has some really good videos of SMS trains in action as well as other railroads. So here's the final product. Here's my MTH GP38-3 in SMS livery, number 2003. Really happy with the way this turned out, with the extended cab that I put in, as well as the extended rear porch. Also on this model are some fixed pilots. I got these from All Nation line. I used some countersunk screws to attach them to the frame. I wanted it to be really strong because the Katy coupler attached to the pilot is going to be pulling the weight of the train. So I needed to make sure that these pilots were secure and installed on the shell very strong so they could take the weight of the train. The decals are custom made from Precision Design Company, PDC. William Brillinger did an outstanding job on these decals. He asked me for tons of measurements of the shell for every area that a decal was going to go, and he came up with this scale prototype decal scheme, and I love it. I think he did a great job, so thank you, William, for doing that. All right, while we got this picture up, let's address the elephant in the room. Most of you will say, hey, those color greens don't match. The actual real color of this engine is called Oliver Green. I could not find any Oliver Green in a model paint, but I could find it in a Tractor Supply paint. I actually tried the Oliver Green, and it did not coat the model well at all. So in looking at various pictures of this engine throughout its life on different types of days, sunny days, cloudy days, it can be a lot of different shades of green depending on when you look at it and how you look at it. So I just decided to get something that looked close, and this is True Color REA Green, and I think it looks just fine. So if you know anything about me or followed me in the past, you'll know that I love deadrail, so this is going to be a deadrail engine. And I also like Blunami. And I was lucky enough to win this Blunami 4408 in a contest Soundtracks had last year, and I've been saving this board for this engine just for this project. So thank you, Soundtracks. Appreciate that very much. And my battery is always, of course, a lithium ion 14.8 volt, which is a 4-cell battery. That's always my preferred battery. And I always try to get the highest MAH, milliamp hours, that will fit inside the shell of the engine. Okay, we're over at the charging station. We got the charger plugged in. See, we've got our red light on, which means the battery is charging. That'll turn green when the battery is fully charged. And the board here is off. Of course, there's no sound either. Now, if we turn this on, will stop charging and this will turn on. So we won't get voltage in through the charger and voltage in through the battery at the same time. Sound comes on, blue light comes on, light here goes off. So we're no longer getting any electricity through the charge port because the switch is in the on position. It's the same thing, if we turn this switch off, you'll see the blue light go out. Of course, the sound will stop. So now the battery is no longer supplying power to the board, and now the red light is on, so we're charging our battery again. So it's a simple little circuit, and it works pretty good. Lastly, I'll just show you where I put the charge port and the on-off switch. It's in the rear fan. I just clipped the tabs off the fan so I could keep it loose. I can pull it off and flip my switch or charge my battery, and when I put the fan back, it's held in place with this cool magnet.